What's up, guys? This is Damien with Hash Online, and today we're going to be reviewing the full review of the fourth generation iPad, the mighty and glorious iPad. This is going to be a review coming from the point of someone who is completely into Android. Now, I wouldn't say I'm a complete fanboy of Fandroid. Now I do love Android. It's my favorite thing, but it's not to the point where I can't respect or like another platform because of my love of Android. But this will be, I have high expectations when it comes to Android. Of course, there's some things that irk me, some things that get on my nerves. I wish they would change. But overall, I think Android is excellent. It's the most, let's say, intuitive and the most fun platform for me. I mean, for lack of a better term. So, as we dive into this, we're going to keep that in mind. But I'm going to give this a very, very fair chance. So, starting off with the new iPad, the fourth gen iPad, and the difference being a processor, and we also have that lightning port, that one thing. Now, as far as hardware, we're going to put this screen on sleep as we look at hardware. It's actually beautiful hardware. I mean, you could argue that, and I'm sure a lot of people do, that Apple makes the best hardware in the business. And upon my first unboxing, my iPad, and the last few weeks with it, it really is a great and wonderful piece of hardware. Now, there are a few things that I dislike about it. The main being that this thing is hefty. It could definitely afford to lose a little weight. Now, there are rumors that is going to be the big thing for the new iPad that is supposedly coming out in March. That'll retain more of that iPad mini aesthetics instead of this all aluminum. Now, I think they went with the all aluminum because they tend to do that with their computers, the laptops and things, and it's great on laptops. And even Apple laptops are not the lightest laptops that you can get unless we're talking about maybe a MacBook Air. But on this tablet, it really, if you're I've made the plea that a 7-inch tablet is the best form factor, the form factor that it's easiest, most versatile. You can take it with you reading in bed or holding it, watching movies in bed. It's just not that big a deal. This thing really makes a case for my theory on the 7-inch tablet being the best form factor, because if I had $1 for how many times I fell asleep holding this tablet up in bed and this big hefty piece of metal knocked me upside my head, I would be I have at least like $5. Let's put it that way. This thing is, the build quality, yes, is very good. And this is a solid piece of aluminum, and that's a great thing as far as build quality. But as far as weight, this thing is hefty. Now, another thing that I do love about this iPad is, even though, let's turn this around, we got this one speaker. This one speaker, man, it does work, because the sound from this iPad it's so full, it's so vibrant. It's really like some of the best quality sound I've heard in a mobile device, tablet, phone, whatever. It's really excellent. And I don't really get into the cameras. I don't believe in people judging these tablets based on their camera. If you're using your tablet as a camera, man, come on now, please stop. But if you're using it just for FaceTime, or that's what it would be on an iPad or iOS device, it's going to work just fine. You're not going to be it's not going to be a 1080p HD, FaceTime experience, but it'll get the job done. That Skype, whatever your app preference, it's going to do the job. Now, on the software side, coming from Android, this thing was a huge shock for me. Even to this day, and I've had it for a while, it gets to the point where I'm so confused on why, because so many people love iOS and they talk. I mean, they're willing to die for their beliefs that iOS is the best mobile OS that there is. And for me, it really is a great OS. I'm not going to knock it for that. But it's just not as intuitive as Android is. One thing, I'm so used on Android, and I'm sure you guys who love Android like me or have have experience with Android, when I need to change something as far as the settings, it's never that far away. Only thing I need to do is do a quick swipe, bam, and it's changed. With this, I have to go all the way to the settings, and you can hit the home button and it'll take you there. Go to the settings, then Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and search for all those things. Now, for brightness, I can always double click the home button and then, do it that way. Man, you never really appreciate those quick settings in Android until you're using something like an iOS device. But on the other end, this thing is super fluid, and you could argue that why wouldn't it be super fluid? It's not really a lot going on other than the apps and the wallpaper. But even still, we're gonna give the iPad its the things that it does well, and we're gonna give it credit for it. And it's very smooth. The experience is very fluid. The smoothest that I've ever seen on a mobile device, and the most fluid on any mobile device. Not that everything else is slow, but when you kind of get it up to an iPad, it sometimes can seem like, a very small amount of lag can seem very big when you're comparing it next to an iPad, because this thing is so spot on. And as you can see, it's spot on, guys. It's there. As far as and that's pretty much sums up iOS. It's smooth, it's responsive, everything just works. There's not a lot of extra there. This is my app. Let's go to my app. My app works fine. There's no extra. There's no toying around. There's no tweaking with settings. There's none of that. That can be a good thing. That can be a bad thing. It just depends on you. For me, it's a little simple, but sometimes simple is good. Sometimes if I don't have a lot of time and I just had a bad day and I don't want to, deal with things, then, I get on the iPad because it's just going to work, and, you got to love it for that. Now, as far as app selection, a lot of people make a big deal about how everything comes out first and they have more apps or better quality apps on iOS. My experience has been that almost every app that you can find on iOS, you can find on Android. But my experience also has been that even some of those same apps that are on Android are a lot more, let's say, fully developed, more thought out on iOS. And that's a shame for us who love Android. But, for you guys who love iOS, win-win situation for you. So I would even argue some of the Google services, like Google Plus, to me are a much smoother, much more enjoyable experience on the iPad than they are on Android. And I was very surprised by that. Even this Google app, I love this app, and there's nothing really just like this. The Google app, of course on Android is similar, but I like this setup more. Like the animations, the smoothness, it's really, I love it. It's really good. And that to me was a little funny, because I get my iPad, and it's like the number one thing I do is put a bunch of Google things on it and use it for the Google services. And you'd think, well, why wouldn't you use Android for that? But I mean, the Google experience on this iPad is extremely good. Maps, the search, Google Plus, Gmail, they're all, top class apps. So, and then you also have some of the Apple apps, GarageBand, iMovie, you know, all those things are great too. So app market and, you know, just apps in general, this thing is 2 thumbs up. So build quality, we're giving it thumbs up. App selection and app selection, 2 thumbs up. Software, this thing, it does kind of seem stale sometimes. Even you think, oh, all this power, all this great screen. And let's talk about the screen. The screen is amazing. When you're looking at pictures, it's absolutely amazing. Let's take a look at a HD picture, and I'm sure it's not going to be able to display this on properly on the camera, but it's beautiful. This is you see every grain of detail that you can see on this glorious screen. So as far as screen is concerned, if I had 3 thumbs, this would get 3 thumbs up. So that's pretty good. Software feels a little bit stale. It's time for a reboot when it comes to software. Apple, you need to reboot this software. And this is coming from just someone who's a lover of technology. Of course, I would love for Android to pull farther and farther ahead of iOS, but I mean, really, I like iOS. As far as on the iPad, I like it. You know, I really would like to see it go to that next step, and I feel like that also would make competition better. So maybe, you know, we'll see some different things on Android to kind of, you know, go against that. But, you know, competition is never a bad thing, and it's time for Apple to step their competition up when it comes to the software side of things. So overall, guys, should you buy the new iPad? I would have to say, if you like dependability, stability, and a beautiful screen, wonderful, excellent battery life. I didn't really get into that, but the battery life on this thing is ridiculous. I mean, it's been times where I've been going for 10-15 hours at a time, came back, and my battery is literally went down 1%. You know, it's this thing is ridiculous when it comes to battery. You know, and you want an overall great, you know, experience, and you don't want to worry about tinkering with things. You don't want to root, you don't want to ROM, you just want to play with your apps, you know, and then go about your business. Then you want an iPad. This thing is awesome. You're never really going to hear someone say, hey, I had an iPad, I disliked it. The iPad is a great piece of technology, and even coming from an Android fan, you know, a super Android fan, you have to respect the iPad. It's a great tablet. It's a great piece of technology. Why shouldn't you buy an iPad? If you're just that much into Android and you love tinkering and you love toying around with things, changing it, you like customization, you want a light tablet, those type of things, you might not want the iPad if that's what you want. If you're into technology and you want to play with your apps and things like that, but you also want to get into the technology of that tablet, then you're better off with an Android tablet. But, you know, even then, maybe get an Android tablet and an iPad, because this thing's pretty awesome, and the app selection is great. I mean, there's really nothing bad I can say about this. You guys, I would definitely give this Hosh Online's stamp of approval and say that this is a great buy. You definitely can't go wrong with it. So guys, just to recap, you know, the iPad, great piece of device. You know, really enjoy this thing, and you know, I'll definitely be keeping it and, you know, using a little bit of iOS. So, you know, and it'll be good to have this around for comparison sakes, for Android, you know, apples or oranges, you know, literally. But this has been Damien, Hosh Online. You guys, please, if you like these videos, give me that thumbs up below, that thumbs up, please. Definitely subscribe. There's a lot more videos coming soon. I'm trying to work out something different, guys. I know I usually give away the Google Play Store gift cards, but I want to give something big away for the 1,000 subscribers. I'm just trying to see what that is. So maybe in the comments, you guys, let me know what it is that you guys want. What do you want me to give away? You know, what is some of the technology that you guys are really, you know, wanting, and maybe we'll hook something up with a giveaway for the 1,000th subscriber. So just let me know in the comments. You guys subscribe, keep watching the channel. Click that thumbs up. Don't forget, there's lots of new videos up, so please check the whole page and definitely watch whatever it is you feel like you want to take a look at. This is Damien, Hosh Online, guys. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.